Hi, I'm Denise Pulverine of Cleveland.com. We're talking with the Iron Chef, Michael Symon, here at the Food Show. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Well, we wanted to be really interactive, so we allowed people who post in our food forum to ask you some questions. So I brought them with me. You know, anything could happen there. One of the big questions that we saw was, how do you do it all? And I'm sure you're asked that all the time, but you know, you're a chef, you're a restaurant owner, you open a new restaurant in Detroit, you're a husband, puppy dog owner, and an inner belt bridge protester.
Yeah. Well, you know, for us, it's always been, you know, I have two great partners, my wife and Liz and Doug Petkovic. And then for us, it's about our team. You know, we have people that have worked for us for 8, 10, 15 years and incredibly loyal employees. And between the three restaurants, we have probably 200 plus employees. So for us, it's all about having the right team, people that love what they do, treating them the right way, keeping them around for a long time, and that's the secret to it. It's hard work on our part, absolutely, but at the end of the day, without them, it could never be possible.
Yeah, you sleep a lot?
I've never been a good big sleeper. I'm lucky. I get 5 hours a night. That's all I really ever need.
Okay. What are you going to do here at the food show?
I'm doing a couple demonstrations. I got one today and one on Sunday. And then I'm emceeing the sous chef competition tonight for Cleveland's Best Sous Chef at 6:30. That should be a lot of fun. So I didn't want to be a judge. I didn't want to be impartial. So I'm just emceeing it. So that's going to be fun.
Let's talk a minute about the Cleveland restaurant scene. Where do you see it going in the next couple of years?
Well, you know, first of all, I think it's incredibly dynamic. I think restaurants that are the same size, or the cities that are the same size as Cleveland, do not have near the restaurant scene that Cleveland does. We're blessed. I mean, we have tons of chef-owner restaurants, tons of independent restaurants that, you know, a lot of people go, oh, there's a lot of chains in Cleveland, but I think they're greatly outmatched by the independents and the local chefs and people that have chosen to come home to make a life here. And it is a very, very dynamic restaurant town.
You've helped a lot of young chefs along the way, and you've got to be proud of Jonathan Sawyer, Matt Carlin. Tell me a little bit about that.
They're like my kids. I mean, you know, everything great that is written about Johnny, it makes me, you know, I'm so excited about it. Everything that they write about Matthew is extremely exciting to me. So to see those guys, you know, go on their own and do their own thing and run their own kitchens, I'm just like a proud papa.
All right, how has life changed for you? You know, we've been following you for years, and the past couple of years have been really exciting. Iron Chef, now the host of Dinner Impossible. You know, how has it changed for you? Did you ever think being in Geppetto's you'd be a rock star here?
No, I was just hoping I wouldn't be in jail at this point. So it's, you know, it hasn't changed a whole lot for me. I've always worked a lot. I've always loved what I've done. You know, I have a Greek mother, which keeps you very grounded if for anybody out there that has a Greek mother. You know, I just go about, do what I do every day and love what I do doing it. Travel a little bit more than I used to, but at the end of the day, it takes, you know, 10 days a year to film a whole season of Iron Chefs. It takes 15 days a year to film a whole season of Dinner Impossible, and then I'm back in the restaurant. So, you know, not a whole lot changes.
All right. A couple of questions, like I said, that we got from the forum now. Do you have a book coming out?
We have a book coming out. It's at the publisher right now. It should be out at about this time next year. It'll be called Symon Says. I'm doing it, and Michael Ruhlman, another native Clevelander, is co-authoring it with me. So very, very excited about that. His wife, Donna Turner Ruhlman's doing all the photography. It's going to be a really cool book that is the story of my childhood till now and recipes in that time.
What are some of your recipes or favorite dishes to prepare? You know, we got a question about your signature dish. It seems like you have a couple of those. What are you most asked about?
You know, I think everybody latches on to different favorites. I think the two that we're known for the most are probably the macaroni and cheese with the goat cheese and rosemary, because, you know, we've been doing it for 15 years now, and the beef cheek pierogi, which we've been doing forever too. You know, the dishes that I like to eat the most are typically ones that kind of bring me back to childhood, things that my mom used to make, you know, family-style food that, a whole plate of food that you could sit down at a table, like a whole roasted leg of lamb and things like that. And that's why we brought the roasted whole suckling pig to Lolita once a week, because, you know, to me, that's what food's all about. It's about being with family, being with friends, and breaking bread. So
kind of the theme of your new restaurant too, roast, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's about sitting at a table with people that you love, and digging into food. And I think that's what cooking's all about too. You know, my best childhood memories are at the kitchen table. So that's what I want people to embrace. That's what I want people to feel when they cook.
All right, a couple other questions. Iron Chef, do you know what the secret ingredient is beforehand?
No, we don't know the ingredient. What they do is, and they did a special on this, I think, about 2 years ago. A couple, like 2 days prior to Iron Chef, they give you a list of 3 possible ingredients, you and the competitor. And then you can kind of get your arms around it, but they don't guarantee that it's going to be that ingredient. So what we do is we go into it, we prepare for a meat, a fish, and a vegetable, and then we wing it from there.
Why do you like pork so much?
It's the food of the gods. I mean, it's the great. I mean, it brings us ribs, bacon, ham, sausage, pork chops. I mean, yeah. I mean, what else brings you all those things? Nothing else does that. I've always loved pork. It's unctuous. It's got that rich fat, the great taste. Nothing better than pork.
Good point. Who's your favorite Iron Chef, if you're able to say?
Oh God, I'd have trouble picking one. I'm probably closest to Bobby. He's been a tremendous help to me through these awards and expansion and things that have happened to me. He's always been there to take my call and guide me through some tough decisions. So I'm definitely probably closest to Bobby.
And Dinner Impossible, when you watch it, I mean, I get stressed out just watching you. So is it stressful or is it fun? What do you think?
No, it's stressful. I can't even watch it. I watch it and I start like quivering in my chair. It is brutal. It is incredibly difficult. I do it with Johnny. I do it with some of my guys that I've worked with in the past, and Tim Bando. And, we're getting a little older now. Like if I knew as much about food when I was 21, like if I could have my 21-year-old body and my knowledge now, it wouldn't be that hard of a show. But Tim and I laugh. Afterwards, we like soak in tubs of ice to like decompress our body. Yeah. It's extremely hard. I mean, when the whole premise of a show is to see if they can make your life miserable, it makes for a hard show, yeah.
All right, and final question, because we know you have to go. What did you think of Brady Quinn's first start?
I thought it was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm a diehard Browns fan. I will say that they've had some problems this year. I don't think those problems were Derek Anderson's fault. I'm kind of bummed out that he got benched. Has nothing to do with Brady. Was thrilled to see Brady in there. Happy to see Brady doing well. I think they're both great quarterbacks, but I think Derek got a little bit of a raw deal.
Okay, great. All right, thanks a lot. Good luck to you, Michael. Thanks a lot.